Salutations, YouTube. It's your boy Rookie Stacker, back another beautiful morning in Oakland with my daughter. I got some nice silver out for you to enjoy. I got all my gold out for you to enjoy. And then while you're looking at that and admiring the beauty, I want to talk to you guys about liabilities. Now, from a financial standpoint, a liability is anything that costs you money, right? That anything that continually costs you money, for sure. Even with the rise in spot price for precious metals, if I were to take my entire stack, over 200 ounces of silver and 2.6 ounces of gold, if I were to take that entire stack into a coin shop today, cash it all, I still would not get back everything that I put in. Okay, so spot hasn't risen enough for me to get back everything that I put in terms of premium, in terms of taxes, especially when you consider the capsules that I purchased to keep things nice, the safes that I purchased to keep them secured, and the home defense that I purchased. Granted, I already had some home defense stuff, but the home defense that I purchased to keep myself, my family, and my valuables safe and secure. So up to this point, just from the definition, from that standpoint, silver and gold have been liabilities for me. Here's why I'm okay with it. Because I believe that both will continue to rise over time. So I'm paying a little now because I believe I'll get a lot in the end, right? I don't necessarily view them as I don't want to necessarily view them as an investment. I really like to view them as a preservation of my wealth in real form. So when I go in and I trade paper currency for this, I look at it like the premium I'm paying is what it costs for me to trade fake money and turn it into real money. That's the way I look at it. That's the conversion cost. That said, I try to get stuff as cheap as possible, right? But every now and then I won't mind paying a little extra for something nice. Up to this point, I've used my side hustle to fund my stack. I have not dipped too far into my actual income at all. That strategy for me is changing. And I wanted you all to know, and I wanted you all to know why. I will start dipping into my actual income on a monthly basis to purchase a little more gold. My side hustle money is still primarily going to go to silver. Every now and then it will also go to gold. But I'm going to start putting a little bit of my actual income into gold. And here's why. I need an asset. Okay? Now, the thing about silver and gold is, could you consider them assets? Absolutely. Most people consider them commodities, but you could absolutely consider them an asset. The only issue for me is they're not an asset for me yet because they're still liabilities. They're still liabilities for me. They're not an asset yet. Over the course of time, what I can preserve, I think will become assets. I think in 20 years, something like that, I could get double probably what I paid. Probably, maybe. None of us know. But I need an asset in the more short term. So the reason I'm going to start putting some of my actual income into gold is because myself and a couple other members of my family, we've decided to go in on a piece of real estate together. And we have a figure that we all need to hit to bring to the table in the next year and a half, 2 years. 1 to 2 years. That's the window we've given ourselves. So We're going to come together after a full year and see where we're at. And if we're there, then we're going to move. Not physically. I'm not saying I'm moving from my current house. What I'm saying is we're going to move on that property. And if we're not there yet, then we're going to give each other another 6 months for, whoever to catch up. And still after that, if it's not there, we're going to go to 2 years if we need it. I don't think we're going to need it. But at that point, at 2 years, if they still need to catch up, I'm just going without them. You know what I mean? Because come on now. You got to be hungry for this. But I say all that to say this. I'm flipping one of my commodities, gold. Now, I'm not doing it with silver. I'm going to try to keep my silver as preserved as possible. But I'm going to flip some of my gold into another asset. An asset that will immediately become, or a piece of real estate that's immediately going to become an asset because it's obviously tax advantage, and we plan on immediately putting a tenant in it to generate passive income for each of us. And then when you consider down the line, when we continue to build up equity in it, being able to leverage that asset and things like that, there's no, I don't see a losing scenario for me, at least, because I'm gonna make sure that my side is good, and because I'm keeping my side good, they got to keep their side good. I'm not about to let somebody fall short on their commitment. But up to this point, I just want you guys to consider, those of you who just started like me at a time when spot was higher still than it is now. I started buying silver at $25.50, right? My first purchase of silver was was one silver bar, but that we're not even gonna talk about that. But my second purchase of silver was 5 silver eagles at $31, $6 over spot. So I think it was like $31.43, because spot at the time was like $25.43. So I just want you guys to consider, I have a plan to flip my gold into another asset. Now, this is my hope. My hope is that I can stack enough gold where I don't have to liquidate all of my gold. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to need I'm probably going to need at least 15 to 20 ounces of gold, right? And if I can liquidate some without having to liquidate all, then obviously that's a win-win. But either way, I feel good about that plan to turn and convert some of my gold into a bigger, more advantaged asset like real estate. You guys let me know what you think, but I will start dipping into my actual income. Nothing that's going to put me out or not allow me to take care of my responsibilities. Just enough where I can continue to stack gold at a rate that's going to get me to that figure that I need to deliver on. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've done this before. Let me know if you've thought about doing this before and you just didn't pull the trigger. My daughter is getting grumpy with me, so I have to go and be a dad. Rookie Stacker, out.